Alright folks, welcome to another Titanfall stream. I'm sick. I'm sick of losing to Prowess, so let's see if I put this Arasta in my main deck, if that helps out. Also, we get paired against Prowess a couple of times and Eidolon was actually pretty decent, so I'm gonna be testing a second copy of the card. Let's see how this works out. Boom, let's go. Third league of the day. Bad mana, but we got Courser, we got Dryad, we got Turn to Plays. This is cool. Okay, not feeling so good about my hand anymore. What happened to Eldrazi Tron? I feel like I'm getting paired against Big Tron all the time instead of Eldrazi Tron now. Is there a reason for that? Did like Eldrazi Tron become bad all of a sudden? I would imagine it should be the nuts. Why not double up on Arasta and move an idea to the board? Well, because we're playing a toolbox deck, right? Like having one copy of the toolbox card that we can tutor for in the main deck is going to be, like, the flexibility is valuable to us. Okay. So stopping Tron seems pretty impossible. So we're probably going to have to assume that this is just going to work out. So I'm going to get Flagstones here, and I'm going to get Knight of the Reliquary into play now. And we're just going to hope that we untap. If we untap, we got a shot. If they play like a Karn or a Mog here or something like that, we're dead. $26 E-Tron players, 250 players total, 0 E-Tron top 32s. Damn. That's rough. Do you still? Why do I still have so many Nappy Species Hybrid? You're looking at the matchup right now. Precisely because of the deck that you're looking at right now. How about Ranger Captain of EOS, giving an edge versus combo decks and searching for Reclaimer or Barrington? First of all, I don't think I want to play Barrington, and second of all, yeah, like we could try it. Not sure whether it's gonna be good or not, but we could give it a shot. Not opposed to it. So Wormcoil is pretty much irrelevant. Nothing that the Wormcoil is doing right now is threatening in this like this, but if they're one of the big boys, that would be a problem. One of the big boys would definitely be a problem. So they got a second tower. It's bad. That's hella bad. Actually, this might not be that bad. Depends on what they do here. All right. So we're gonna get only one trigger. That's pretty great. One, two, Reclaimer, sack. Yes. Temple Garden. Gain life. Get Valakut. Valakut you. Oh, CS always healed. Okay, so if we get to untap, we're going to win now. And if my opponent manages to kill me before that, then we might be in trouble. Is this Ugin? The ineffable. Man, we can beat that Ugin. Sure. Can beat that guy. It's kind of a weird inclusion, honestly. Alright, this is the big one. This is the big one right here. What will they find off these steerings? And actually, will they crack this blast zone? This Reclaimer is actually pretty important for my game plan here. Karn liberated. Oh, they can just cast liberate Karn right now because this card is doing stuff. All right, so I guess they're gonna go after the Valakut, I assume. They're out of business. 0 cards left in hand. 0. 0 cards. So this is it. So this is it. What you gonna do, Carno? What you gonna do? Interesting. Wrong also. Interesting and wrong. So play second Dryad. Play Flagstones. Kill here. 2. Sack Flagstones. Get Plains. Boom. I guess I'm gonna get a. I'm just gonna get a Valakut. Oh, yes. Bog, you, doesn't matter. Balakut, Balakut. Alright. Don't draw Ulamog, don't draw Emrakul. Alright, sweet. We can activate you alone next turn. Hell yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is lethal regardless, I think, right? This is 3 plus 3 plus 3. No, it's 24. I messed up. Yeah, I should have played the castle first, basically. Should I play the castle first, then we cast Golos off of the castle? I guess I'm gonna play around all this dust, whatever. I think we could have activated another Karn. Probably have to minus on the Dryad. Maybe I shouldn't have played around all this dust. Yeah, definitely I shouldn't have. Yeah, because we would have had them on a 2-turn clock. Now we have them on a 3-turn clock. Big difference. Holding this in hand because we might draw Dryad or the Lumber Skull. They drew the Mog. Yep. Yeah, Dryad off the top would be great. Field would also be fine. Aether Vial is not good. The funny thing is this Thalia is keeping the Ulamog at bay, so my opponent still needs to top deck here. Alright, so they top decked something. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Oh! Oh, I totally didn't notice that. We were dead anyway, but like that's really, really funny. I totally didn't notice that we actually had, that we were dead to the attack. That's hilarious. My bad, chat. My bad. It was my fault. That was really funny. No, they exiled the 4 riots. Yeah, it was definitely a punt. I just did not... Like, it didn't matter. Like, we were dead anyway. Because 2 Dryads had been exiled to Karn, and the 2 remaining Dryads were exiled to the Willowbow attack. That's really, really funny, though. I totally blanked on that. I'm like, well, we have a lethal threat here. I punted that game when I decided to play around all this dust. I should have not played around all this dust. Like, they already had used one. Maybe they have one more copy in their entire deck. Shouldn't have played around it. If I had sequence on the Golos turn, if I had played my land first, we would have dealt, I think, 3 more damage, but we also would have been able to activate Golos, so... Yeah, the turn that we play the Golos. Yep, definitely. G-Tron is currently on a 2-2, all is dust and O-Stone split. Interesting. I guess it makes sense considering that apparently there's been a downtick in E-Tron. Even though I think E-Tron is a very good deck. Can't keep that. Can't keep that either. Down to 5 we go. Keeping this one. Bottom Blast Zone. Bottom Castle. So we do have Ghost Quarter, which is nice. We can also go get Vesuva. I'm gonna try to set up this Reclaimer to start ramping. So we can go turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 activate, sack this, go get Flagstones, turn 3 play Ghost Quarter, and sack Flagstones to the Reclaimer activation. If my opponent does have an answer to my Reclaimer, then that's gonna be rough, but... Why is Cloud Post banned in Modern? Who knows? So they have turn 3 Tron. Go get Flagstones. So what we can do here is we can go get Vesuva. Which is what I'm gonna do. Vesuva copy Ghost Quarter. Gonna blow up the tower. Draw Ramming Up? Yeah, if we draw Ramming Up, that should probably be game. I love how they always float 1 mana. Just like, why are you doing that, opponent? They literally know there's nothing they can do with that mana, but they float it regardless. It's just like... Why don't you just save everybody some time, you know? Ramming Up off the top. Easy game, easy life, I guess. They called it, yep. Magus was here. Magus was here. Everybody saw that Magus was here, right? Just want to make sure that everybody saw that Magus was here. I really wonder what's with the mismatching. Magus might have been there, hard to say. Yeah, it's tough. Sometimes it's tough to tell, you know. Here's my ramming app. Here's my ghost quarter. Gonna be doing this for a little bit. So we know that they have tower, so we are forced to do this right now. They're gonna sack and go get another power plant. They're also gonna have access to 5 mana. There's nothing they can do that threatens us for 5 mana though. There goes the tower, which we're gonna be blowing up. But it's just too good. OP is just too good. For 3 mana, what about Slime main deck? Why? I'm trying to see if I would rather draw the Celadambri Skull and deal 3 damage with Reclaimer, or I would rather get to activate Reclaimer before my opponent blows it up. Reclaimer can't really go get anything. But this Skull is also not going to be able to give me anything. So maybe I just want to shuffle anyway. Call does allow me to go get Eternal Witness for the following turn. Yeah, I think that's okay. Can still jig yourself to flash shuffle? Yes, but if I do that, I'm down a land. I am down a land, sorry. And I'd rather not be down a land, you know. Seems better to not be down a land. So now with any land, they can just like naturally play a Karn. Okay, so they just have Tron anyway. Oh man, we're gonna lose to Tron twice in a row in the same day. This was a move to 5 on our part though, which is pretty brutal. We did mull to 5 here, which is annoying. No, so I have to assume that they have nothing else in their hand. Like, that's it. That's all they got. They have literally nothing else going on. And I'm gonna go for Raminap because it's the highest upside. So I just have to assume that my opponent's hand is 3 blanks. And if they have any business spell, we're gonna concede. Somehow the impression that this deck is not very good. So you come here when I'm getting my bad variance, and after watching 2 games, you're telling me that my deck is bad? Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, that's problematic. That is problematic, but it might be beatable. Okay, this allows me to double spell. So it's not bad. Oh, I'm stupid. All right, yeah, we're dead. We're just dead to this blast zone. Ugh, rough. Finally hit a losing streak. Finally hit a losing streak. $40-10 before today, so now, like, yeah, we started 44-11 because the first league of the day I went 4-1, and then I won my first match of the following league, and then I lost 5 matches in a row, which is brutal. But it's okay. It's okay. So we started the day well, and then things things kind of whoops. Dread gave us an extra land drop, which would use to GQ the blast zone. Yeah, but then they minus on our Raminap, and we're still dead to their top decks, and we have nothing else going on, right? So I could have continued playing the game. Maybe I should have, but like I don't think we were winning. Honestly, it was my mistake for fucking up game 1. I was rightfully punished. And with my opponent, then game 2 I just mulled to 5, and so did my opponent, but my opponent's mulled to 5s are gonna be better than mine. So keep. It's a pretty alright hand. Even if my opponent does answer the Reclaimer, we can still Steve on 2, so we can set up a Courser on turn 3. Courser plus land. Well, I was gonna say we might Steve anyway, but with double Flagstones, like this just gives me so much value from this Reclaimer that I just can't pass this up. It's too much value. Breeding Pool tapped. Alright, so I am going to assume that this is some kind of Reclamation deck. Bant going. So now we're going to be able to Steve plus activate Reclaimer here. Which is pretty solid. They can remand. That's fine. Snare. Sure, whatever. That snare basically is good for me because it means that they're not growth spiraling, so I'm not too upset about getting snare there. If they, I was gonna say, if they tap out here, I think that we just win because we're gonna get to Resolve Titan now. So they're probably just playing Bant like stuff. One, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. Just gonna get a castle. Best rec player spiral into snare, exactly. Alright. Mana tithe me, opponent. Mana tithe me. Let's go. No mana tithe? Ooh. Boom, let's go. So I'll expect to get Wrath here, but we can keep on playing. Still have 3 cards in hand. Double field going. No Widow in sight. There's the Wrath. Gotta tap for blue, opponent. There we go. Put Sanctuary back on top, which is interesting. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with this. Hope to find a land on top. I think I'm gonna force the Wrath actually. Thalia basically just forces my opponent to Wrath here, and then we can 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can Courser plus Golos. What is my opponent doing? Thank you for that follow, Mr. Poopy Button. That's a tough name. I'm a little bit confused here. I am a little bit confused here. Cryptic, tap, and draw. Never finding lands, brutal. Never finding lands. So here comes the Wrath. One more. There we go. Yeah, I think we're just gonna activate Castle here. So we're gonna go Tracker first. They don't have the mana for what's his name, but they do have mana for Mana Leak. So I'm gonna play around Mana Leak with this Golos. Remand. Okay. Could have cast all three guys. Yeah, but I would be casting those all three guys into my opponent's Mana Leak, right? Not too excited about that. They have not had a good time to cash in their Mana Leaks, so they could definitely have some copies of it in hand right now. I don't know about Leak, I'm just playing around it because I think that they might have it. Simia said you guys have to take serious emotional damage on this streamer. No, those are facts. Those are actual facts. Alright, so they're gonna get to Wrath here, and they can do so at instant speed, which is kind of annoying. Mystic Sanctuary probably get back Verdict, Bounce Land, and Bog. We already made our land drop, so we can't do that, but I'm gonna get Bounce Land anyway because we can start. Basically, we have an infinite stream of zombies. They put Wrath on top, so they're gonna be able to Wrath. That's okay. They should have definitely plussed and verdicted on at instant speed. Now I can Vialing Reclaimer if I draw it. gonna have to shuffle it away though, because I'd rather get a double zombies, double clue token. It's okay. It is okay. I think I'm gonna draw. Actually, I could have Iladamri's Call. Now let's just draw 2 cards. I was considering Iladamri's Calling because I kind of don't want to draw this file, but I think that drawing 2 cards in Estem is gonna be better. Could have drawn with Draw Care on the stack. Yeah, we can also just call for it, right? Big Tef. Okay. I mean, they can Wrath here because of Baby Tef. Ooh. Another Dobbs. Yeah, you're just Dobbs. You're just dead on board. Okay. Sideboard. We want these. We want Eidolons. We probably want Mind Sensors. These are question marks. Thalia is excellent. Radiant Fountain can go. They might have Mentor. They sometimes have Mentor. Gargaroth can go. What else? Let's go with something like this. Imagine having 3 of the most powerful workers ever printed and also being dead. Yeah, it happens. So 1 Vial. Sneep it. And 1 Vial makes me smile. Yeah. Yes, yes it does. Let's go recall. Tatooine, think about follow. So this forces the action if they want to do anything here. They know about the Thalia, so I could have also gotten Reclaimer on instead, but I don't think that helps me too much. Because like Reclaimer would have might have just gotten stolen by the other thing. Just gonna play a Wrath here. So if we draw Titan, well, I guess we don't just win, but if we draw Golos, we kind of just win. So now we have instant speed activation. We can kill a walker, or we can, I guess, pressure the life total. That says we can have a place in this deck, late game top deck, or call for it seems great. The thing is, you need to take into account that every card that you're playing, you're cutting something else, right? For every card that you're adding to your deck, there's another card that you're not playing. Excuse me? I mean, I definitely not see that one coming, I'll tell you that much. If they don't have Path to Exile, this is just game. Alright, they don't have Path to Exile, it seems like. Whee! Sounds good. Didn't even need to draw wood cards. Hex is durable with Ranger. I mean, I could see trying out a different version of the deck, but I mean, there's a reason why I don't have any double white cards, right? It's not a coincidence that I'm not playing any double white cards in my deck. This is a primarily green deck. Like, even double green sometimes is really tough to achieve. Is it worth playing the Cascading Cataracts? No, it's not. Keep. Turn 1 Vial. Turn 3 Dryad. We got a Natural Valakut. Good stuff. For CMC drops are the cards that seem the most likely to potentially get upgraded, but I haven't seen much of this deck play out. Yeah, that's. I am not just randomly putting cards in my deck, right? Like, every single card that I'm playing, it's because it's there for, it has a purpose. I am not just opening Gatherer and like choosing cards at random to put in my deck. Like, each card is there for a reason, and it's the best one that I have found so far, at least, at doing the job that I want them to do. I guess that's a deck that you can play. I'm not gonna play around main deck Rex Sage, right? Just not going to. Not gonna play around Sage. Yeah, we're playing against Elves. With black. Okay. If there's an untapped land on top of my deck and my opponent does not... Okay, so it does not look like they are going to be answering my Dryad, so... If I draw an untapped land or there's an untapped land on top of my deck, I think I'm going to win this game. Opponent's going off over there. Alright, so untapped land on top of my deck or we draw an untapped land. Sweet. So we're gonna do this. Play Courser. Prime time on top. Feels bad, man. Gonna be shuffling that away, but it's for a good cause. It is for a good cause. Woo! 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 All right. I guess that's a thing. Boom. A boom. A boom. Stop it, they're already dead. Yeah. This deck feeds my soul. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, your go, opponent. Yeah, I know. Your go. That seems pretty bad. That seems pretty bad. Gargaroth is also probably not great. Bog can probably go. Thalia seems awful. Okay, so Gargaroth is coming back, and what else is coming back? Should I be playing Mind Sensor? It's probably better than Nylea. No, this is Nylea Keen-Eyed. It's not God of the Hunt. Very different creature. If they play fetch, Mind Sensor... Well, they don't play fetches. I'm bringing in Mind Sensor because the potential of Chord of Calling. But I'm not even sure they play Chord. They're probably just playing... the other one is... I think I'm just going to play Nylea. This card is kind of sweet. I've been enjoying playing with this card. No, they could... I think that they play Lead the Stampede. Not a good hand. Unfortunately, we get to mulligan. Opponent kept 7. So turn 1, Vesuva, copy your green source. Turn 2, Steve. Turn 3, Reclaimer plus Call. So we're gonna bottom Titan because we're gonna Reclaimer. We're gonna call for Dryad, and the Reclaimer is gonna set up my untap green. Never lucky. Feels bad when you end up copying your opponent's. You end up copying your opponent's ugly art forest, right? Feels bad. Still live champ. Oh, now you show up. Do you mind explaining what you play here? Oh. Okay, so my opponent's just playing a budget deck, seems like. Let's not go first. The card advantage you get from Nylea is actually pretty insane. Yeah, we're gonna get to trigger one time here. So let's play Reclaimer. I guess we're gonna play this tapped. We might be just a tiny bit too slow. We might be just a tiny bit too slow. Well, that one needs to die. Yeah, we're actually just dead here. Damn, son. Forest Walk. Hell yeah. Alright, we go get Dryad, we play Dryad, I guess we can draw 2 lands and we should be fine. So we're still not out of this. Oh, my dude also gets +1/+1 on Forest Walk. That's hilarious. Have I considered the Sealed Menagerie? Yes. I don't think it's going to be very good. So, this right here. Boom. Dryad. Oh, but I guess that I just died to the thingy, right? We can't block this guy. Just gonna be 1 trigger too short. One trigger too short. All right. Yeah, you can tutor Nylea up. You can also you can tutor her up. You can also vial her in, which is important. Just being able to vial her in against control. It's full like Aethergust, like all the other things. Yes, but exactly Aethergust and nothing else. Exactly Aethergust and nothing else. Yeah, Chasm, I would definitely play Chasm if I had access to the card. Same thing with Maze of Ith. I think I would try to make room for Maze of Ith if it were legal. There's the bad Maze of Ith, but I don't think I'm gonna be playing that one. Okay, so there's the Mystic. I think I'm going to copy my opponent's Forest. We can always bounce the Vesuva later in the game if we need to. All right. Who's playing the Elf deck now, huh? We need Zenith and Ban. Yeah, I know. So now trigger on the stack, Vialing in Reclaimer. Uptick this. Dryad would have been a great draw there. Is an awesome poker hand? Yeah, I know. Sick poker hand. Well, we're gonna be able to block this guy this time around, because we're gonna be able to sack a bunch of lands to make our dudes big. Thank you for the follow, Oagony. So that just speeds out 1/1s, that's all it does. So we can beat that. Yes. Temple Garden. Boom. Flagstones. Boom. Up to 3. So I think we're gonna have to play Garderoth here. Because I want to start attacking and gaining life ASAP. So we don't get cheesed out by a... I guess I would be drawing cards because I want to find the Lumber Skull or... Cold Path or Dryad. We're at 19, so even if they have the Forest Walk guy, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's still not lethal. Hey Scott, how's it going? Wait, what? Those send out good attacks. Kenki, thank you for the follow. Excuse me. Maybe they have Dismember and I should have blocked the other way around. This was a mistake. This was definitely a mistake. I blocked terribly here. Alright, it's not gonna matter because we drew the Dryad that we were looking for, but... Oh. Alright, so now we win. Yeah, they're very, very dead now. Oh wow, I guess that we can actually... That's sick. Hell yeah. So good. Planes. Gain life. Good Valakut. Always yes, always healed. Reclaimer number 2. Sack this. Get Celestia Sanctuary. Valakut here. Bounce this. Replay this. Valakut. Valakut. Always yes. I don't want my opponent to have a board state. I would appreciate if you would not have a board state, opponent. It would be nice. Draw a card. Also, throughout all of those activations and all of those shuffles, we did not manage to find a land on top, which is hilarious. Anyway, there's only one thing that I can say.
Finish him! Fatality.
Alright. 2 and 3. Let's bring it back. How's the stream going? We started well. We kept the 80% win rate going throughout the first league. And then we lost 5 matches in a row. And now it's starting to pick back up. Is Krupix good enough? You mean the God of Horizon? If you mean that one, then no. Because it's another color that we're not playing, so... If you're talking about Courser, then yes. We have 27 lands in our deck, right? Mystic Sanctuary deck. Gyro of the Modern? Yep. It's a good card. Tease a good card. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna start activating now. I'm attacking first because of exactly what's gonna happen right now. Sweet, so now they bolted the Thalia, which means that we get to Vial plus activate. Which is sick. Temur. Main deck the spider now? Yep. Main deck spiders. Let's get Temple Garden. Say no. Then so should I go for the Flagstones? Because I'm going to be playing the Arasta this turn, which means that I'm not going to be activating. So I'm considering just bogging to get it out of the way. I think I'm just going to keep Flagstones in. Flagstoning. Oh, okay. Classic fetch for no reason. Give me a little bit more value. Love to see it. Solitary consideration? No. It's certainly worse than Primeval Titan, and I'm already playing only 2 copies of Primeval Titan, so... We're getting to untap again? Jeez. Jeez. Boom, let's go. They definitely have like Romance and shit in hand, so just gonna chill here. Foff. Seems like a clean split. What aspects of matchups are you finding weak? Well, mostly the Prowess matchup has been tough. I don't really know how to fix that. Been trying different things. Main deck Arasta is the new thing that I'm trying right now. Another Foff. So they still have 7 cards in hand. I think it's starting to get a little bit more complicated here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Things are starting to get a little bit tougher here. Now we're gonna get to outfield them. That is not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about them finding something that actually could be problematic for us. Also, we have to be wary of the clock. My opponent is actually a little bit ahead. They are a little bit ahead on clock, so gotta watch out for that. All right, so now we're actually falling behind on zombie production, so I actually will have to Vesuva my field, I think. So they're gonna get to redraw the FOF. And I guess I'm going to end of turn Ewit back the field. We're gonna have to start attacking. To be fair, we have some pretty decent attacks. Again, the only thing I'm worried is my opponent starting to take infinite turns. That's the only thing that worries me. But under normal circumstances, we should be okay. Cryptic command, tap all creatures, draw a card. Remand their own thing. Okay. So they got to draw the FOF. And they show me that they have a cryptic. So they're probably going to be casting the cryptic now, because otherwise they kind of just lose. Which means that I'm going to get to resolve my Titan. And if we find Dryad would be great. Good stuff, good stuff. Like the best stuff, honestly. No blue mana remaining, you say, huh? No blue mana remaining, you say, huh? I guess they could have double lightning bolt. Manamorphose into Gust. Classic. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Prime time. Valakut. Celestia. Surprised how hard this Titan Vial deck can grind with such a low curve. Yeah, it's again like usually the blue decks have been overall solid for me. Like I have not struggled to beat the blue decks so much. Like sometimes it can be tough. But I have not struggled against the blue decks in particular so much unless they have a way to go over the top of what I'm doing. And by that I mean the Reclamation. If the Reclamation deck is playing Nexus of Fate, maybe that could be problematic. If they're not playing anything like that, then we're fine. Usually we're able to outgrind them. But yeah, when they have like either a card like Scape Shift or Nexus of Fate, then things get a little bit tougher. But yeah, in this case they had like Field of the Dead. That's fine. Like our Field of the Dead are so much better than our opponents, so I'm not too worried about Field of the Dead outgrinding us. It's just not going to happen. But But yeah, it can be sometimes rough. Anyway, what am I cutting here? So from previous player who lost to 2 zombies, it's always a fair amount of time. Yeah. How often do you tick Vial past 3? Often, but it depends on what your game plan is, right? Like for example, our game plan might end up being Nylea to grind our opponent out. So like when you have to know what you're digging towards, right? So usually 3 is the sweet spot, and then depending on that, you go up or you stay where you are. Simic Atlantis, think about the follow. Depending on the matchup and on the situations, even more specifically. All right, what am I doing here? I think we like all of these cards. Maybe call can be awkward if they have something like that. Well, it can be removed by Gust. I guess that this hand is not bad enough to mulligan, unfortunately. It's really bad that we naturally drew our Borjuga Bog. And I guess that I'd like to hold it in hand, particularly because it doesn't really matter for now, right? We're gonna have to find a green source regardless. So all right, I was not expecting that. Thalia looking a lot sillier right now. Thalia looking a lot sillier right now when my opponent went turn 2, run and 6. If I don't find a green source here, okay, so I did. But honestly, I was just kind of ready to pack it in there. Sure. I'm going to top this time because we already have a land drop. And that card is actually fixing my mana. Okay, so my opponent's never missing a land drop. Yeah, that turn to run was huge. It's going to be really hard to beat. Really hard to beat. Cryptic. Well, did get a little bit of value there. Cleopatra of Amonkhet. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen. That's hilarious. I've never seen that before. They're actually fixing my mana. They don't even know. That's funny. So I guess we're gonna... Well, let's actually resolve this first. Get a Temple Garden. And now we're gonna crack Clue. Another Courser. All right, what do you got, OP? pretty brutal that we got turn 2 Rend. Man, gross. Why did my opponent keep their Romance in? Seems like maybe not the best line. Mystic Sanctuary, Archmage's Charm. Okay. It's rough. Okay, they seem to not have much going on over there, actually. They kept Force of Negation? That's very weird. I mean, I'll take it. Okay, so what's... So their hand is an Archmage's Charm, and then a bunch of cards that I don't know what they are. Ren ult. Kinda just snapped it off. Okay, so lands are very good for them, and spells are also very good for them. Seems like we are in rough shape. It would seem as if we might be in rough shape. Counter draw. Counter draw. Can we realistically beat this? We might not be able to realistically beat this. Yeah, I mean, I need to find a Vesuva like 2 turns ago or something. Alright, this one we actually cannot beat, probably. I'm just gonna concede. We're just gonna move on to the next game. Might have a lot of cards with text boarding. I mean, I don't know, like, it would seem as if maybe this thing is actually fine here. It would seem as if, like, you don't want your Romance and stuff, right? And you definitely don't want your Forces. Like, I legit have five spells in my entire deck. just cut them to make their forces even worse. I'm not gonna cut my vials, like the upside's just too high, but... Alright. This time at least we're on the play. My opponent does have multiple rents in their list though. And I'm gonna lead on flagstones because if we top dig exactly another flagstones, we can fix our mana. Great source, please. Ugh, so awkward. But we have to play the Thalia here, otherwise our opponent's gonna get to Renas. Interesting. That's pretty sick. Pile. Reclaimer. Let's go. They also have no clue what's in my deck. That's possible. Don't discard that from in the case. No news. Think about the follow. It's a messed up card right there. Real messed up card there. Trying to see how I should play around Anger the best. And I think I'm going to tap with Thalia here, and I'm going to use this turn to activate. That means that they can minus on the Thalia, and they get out of the tax, but being able to go a little bit higher on mana seems very important for me right now. How much equity do you think new decks such as this get in regards to opponents not knowing how to play against them? What's important as opposed to focus on having cyber for you? Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a real thing. If my opponent had any idea what was going on, definitely they would make different and sometimes better plays. Let's see what they do here. Like I'm actually missing land drops, so I think it's important for me to go for a second flagstones, but Aether Gust. Sure. I think I'm gonna top. Get back the Tarn. How's the matchup versus Death Shadow? I didn't play it too much. It has not felt like amazing or anything. It also hasn't felt unwinnable either. So we're probably gonna get angered here, which really sucks. Okay, I was hoping to not have to use the Vial because I wanted to keep up Knight of Bottom. Damn it. How crazy would Crop Rot be in Modern? Probably broken. Crop rotation alongside Rain and 6, Dryad, like all of that nonsense seems pretty potentially broken. Sure. That's pretty messed up. No, that's just too much. This is a really messed up fact or fiction. Like, really messed up. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Because it gives me at least the tempo advantage. Like, if they pick the double gust, that means... Okay, so they kept the double gust. So they're trying to play tempo E. Tempo E. That was an absolutely messed up fact or fiction. Alright, so we're gonna put this on top. Start ticking Vial a little bit up, I guess. Oh, I should have probably knighted. I'm gonna be Gargarothin next turn. Wait, what? Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Yeah, my opponent's a nice fella. I might actually save the Sanctuary in him. Fourth. This seems right to me. One, two, three. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I guess they do need another Aether Gust because they used one from the FOF already. So they only have one Gust left. They just might not have enough mana to do all the stuff that they want to do. Mystic Sanctuary, go get Anger. There's the Ashiok. We're gonna see some minus in action. Maybe if they don't want me to draw. Ryan, get back Triumph. Boom. And will follow. Better this stick or amulet. I don't know what amulet is. Don't have a bold. Okay. Good. Ugh, so we finally get to turn the corner. God damn. God damn. Shauna, where are you, Shauna? Shauna, where are you? Right here. Are you here, Shauna? Valakut. Valakut. Boop. Boop. Just save targets. Whew. To be fair, we did. Yeah, I feel like they fucked up, but at the same time, we did make it pretty tricky on them. We did make it pretty tough on them because we were attacking them from so many different angles. We were attacking them with a Titan. I guess I didn't even know that I had a Titan in hand. They knew about the Dryad. But the problem is that if they... I don't know. Maybe they had a way. They knew that I was going to draw a Titan and they made me shuffle. Next time they will take triple bold. That's funny. Versus what do I lose? Versus like Reclamation decks that have stuff. Were you here? You didn't miss it, right? You didn't miss it? Were you here? Vial just casually upticking every turn. Just casually upticking. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just like... Just upticking my Vial up to 6. Don't mind me. Don't worry about me. How's Nylea treating me? So far it has been good. Sure, I like this hand. We're on the play too. Hexproof. Okay. Thalia is probably our best draw here. Thalia would be sick. No Thalia, because as everybody knows, I'm never lucky, but... Arasta feels more main deckable than Idea. We're playing both, so... So they do have Umbras. Usually that's like what you don't want to see. You don't want to see Umbras. God, I'm ruining my family. That's funny. No blocks, thank you. I'm experiencing some lag, which is curious. Okay, it's not bad. So we're gonna do this right now. So now they should be stuck at playing one spell a turn. Hopefully that spell is not a Daybreak Coronet. Well. Okay, so how much time do we have? So I think this Talia needs to stay here. So I think I'm going to have to just sack here. Raminab would be a great draw. Nylea. Not a great draw. Was Springbloom Druid not good? No, it wasn't that it wasn't good. It was just I'm trying playing other cards instead. See what's up. Oh, damn it, man. Imagine they just have another dude. Yep. I mean, it was still necessary, but what can you really do? Ugh, they drew a land. That's bad news for us. That means that they're gonna be able to double spell here. Oh. Well, that we can beat. That one we can beat. So on end step, we're just gonna go get Celestial Sanctuary, and then we're gonna untap and cast Titan. Reclaimer is carrying this deck on his bare shoulders. Exactly, I built the deck around the card Reclaimer. Bro. So they have first strike, lifelink, so they have all the good stuff. So basically I'm taking 4 if I just block with Reclaimer here. Go get Sanctuary. Bounce here. Is it better for us to Titan or is it better for us to Gargaroth? I think it might actually be better for us to Gargaroth, right? Because otherwise the Titan just has to chump. Yeah, we only have one Blossom. So they're probably gonna cycle Canopy here. Oh, come on! Okay, so we're forced to chump here and gain 3. So I guess we get Radiant Fountain. And what? Valakut? Rough. Rough, 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 rough. Alright, that's actually lethal. Brutal. Alright, we want these and that's kind of it. Trying to look at your match scientific. Are you wearing the pants today? No, the pants are not being worn. This is just some black jeans. I know. I've disappointed everybody. The pants are not here. I mean, we already have Thalia. I don't think we want to like overdo the thing. That might be a factor. It might be, honestly. Wouldn't surprise me if that were the case. Okay. Turn 1, turn 2 Steve. Turn 3, maybe Thalia or Knight of Autumn, depending on what my opponent does. Needs more experimentation. Yeah, it needs more testing. Some pants testing. But it moves to 4. Is this matchup to Blizz comparable to Amulet's matchups to Control? No, it's not as unwinnable as Amulet's matchup to Control. Because like you do lose to Blitz best draws, but if they stumble a little bit, then you actually do have enough time to catch up. Which against Control is it's just not a thing, right? Just gonna go ahead, take this block, go get a basic planes. Ooh. So this allows me now to double spell here, which is pretty cool. So what do we want to call for? I guess Gargaroth seems pretty solid. Yeah. So you can Gargaroth next turn. If we draw a land. No, not gonna block here. Gargard is great against decks that leave you on top with it. Yep, that's... I would call that a pretty accurate statement. Okay, still not big enough to Gargaroth, so that's nice. So let's attack and draw a card. Golos. Just gonna Reclaimer plus Knight, I think. Knight can blow up the first strike Umbra. Best deck versus Prowess? I have no idea. I played a grand total of 0 matches with that deck, so I don't know. No idea whatsoever. Oh, I had some good attacks here. Whoops. Just punted there. Should have attacked with this and this. Well, actually, we get to Golos and we also get to activate Reclaimer. That's sick. Castle, baby. Whoo! Flagstones. Boom. Synergy. Boom. Synergy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we get to trigger stuff. There's our Blast Zone. There's our Sumbo. There's our passing on the turn. Okay. Alright, can I get another 4-1 here? Against the Bogles Menace. The Bagels Menace. I think I'm okay with this setup. Again, Eidolon could be interesting. On the draw, it definitely does not feel particularly interesting. Keep. You want the 4-1 go change? Vial time, let's go. Again, our best draw is probably Thalia. Oh, hello. That might be a problem. Turn 2, no place. Turn 2, no place is rough. Try the more channels as we can. No, probably not gonna be playing. That's pretty fucking scary. All right, hook me up, deck. Help me out a little bit here. Yeah, I needed you last turn. Really needed you last turn. Okay, give me a second here, actually. If I main phase activate this, I can go get... I can actually make my land drop. That seems actually important. That's bad. It's quite bad for us. It does allow me to Titan, so that's a little bit of an upside. Would love to draw an untap land, so we can actually Violin in a Dryad. And Tapland would be great. Golos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we have to do field plus... Do we have to do Valakut here? Or just Radiant Fountain? If I get Fountain, that means that I might not have to chomp with the Titan. So let's go with that. Seems very unlikely, but maybe, just maybe, we manage to set up lethal with triple Valakut next turn. I doubt it, because they're probably going to have Path to Exiles and stuff. Spirit Link. They're going to have the pro creatures for sure. Oh man. Path my Titan. You're gonna gain 20 life. That's funny. Okay, so right? I guess if I block like this, because they're tapped out, if I block like this, I only take 8. I like to have more life to work with, I think. It's not like these zombies are doing anything besides chump blocking anyway, right? Supposed to get Zone instead of Fountain. Well, at this point, Zone doesn't really do anything, right? Because they have 2 Daybreak Coronets. Feels like winning this game is going to require me to use more mana here. Knight. What do we got? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Have 9 mana. We're gonna use 5 for Golos. We have to use Golos for sure. And Golos can go get a second field. Because priority number 1 is not dying, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Golos gets second field. Reclaimer. We also have to get Valakut. So I guess we are not going to be able to play these dudes. We're not going to get to play those dudes. Got to start with field. So we can maximize zombie production. Oh, no. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. So we have to sacrifice here. Because we have Raminap in play. So play this, sack here. Get this. Now we get Valakut. We need to kill the Core Spirit Dancer, because if my opponent continues throwing cards, then they can actually get away with this. And always healed, always heal, always heal, always healed, sorry. And if they find the one that gives their dude pro creatures, we're dead. But if they don't, I think we actually win. So we do need to find... We do need for them to not find the one that gives their dudes pro creatures or the one that gives them flying. That is fine, we don't care. They can make their dude as large as they want and they can attack as many times as they want. All of this does not matter. So I'm just throwing all of the dudes under the bus here. Because next turn we're gonna get even more dudes. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 dudes, that's 16 damage that we're soaking up. So even if they have path, we're still fine here. No, this has first strike, so we don't have enough dudes to kill the dude. We need more dudes to kill the dudes, you know, dude? Path my knight? That's the one they path? It's not a good move. I'll take it. I think I now understand what my opponent is just trying to make sure that I cannot get an untapped land. Keep this one. Oh, you know what I could do? No, we're not gonna GQ lock them. We're going to... I guess let's do this with Valak. It's in place so we can start... I guess let's do this... Yeah, with Valak, because we're gonna be fine in terms of damage. So I just want to make sure that we're keeping their life total in check. So what we're gonna be doing here is... Always yes. Now we're going to 1 and 1. Sack. They've not made a land drop just yet. More Sambos. More triggers. Let's go. Jeez, what a game. No. What we're gonna do is we're going to go we're gonna get Blast Zone here and we're gonna go squatter our own Blast Zone and then we're gonna replay it. So, play Go Squatter. Just gonna save targets here. A Ghost Squatter, our Blast Zone. Yes. Forest. They only have a single Umbra and they only have a single trample thingy. So they didn't have last turn. They didn't have the protection from creatures aura last turn. So they only have a single draw step to have found the protection from creature thingy. And if they did not, then we're gonna get them. I guess that we might as well draw, because we can. One, two, three. So I guess we can draw one more. Vial. I could have also activated Golos, but I think that this brings my opponent down to a single out. So the one that gives flying is not important anymore. So there only one thing matters, and that one thing that matters is exactly for my opponent to have the protection from creatures aura, which they didn't have. Yeah, the Cornets will keep each other. But this is basically a champ attack, because I'm just going to throw all of my zombies in front of this. Oh, come on. I can't just, like, grab all of these? Brutal. Alright. Can we talk about how sick this game was for a second? Just your normal, just your normal blocks, you know. Yeah, the Bogle dice. You got a Bogle. You got another Bogle. You got one more Bogle too. I mean, my opponent's obviously doing this for the memes, right? All right, 4-1. That 1-4, that 1-4 was just an accident. Don't worry about it. The deck is still broken. Phew. Phew. The deck's still broken. For a second there, I'm like, oh no, is the deck not broken? And no, it is. It is. Don't worry about it. The Pants theory needs more testing. All right. So that is now another 4-1. So that is 49-16 for the overall record. 49-16 is the overall record. Not bad, not bad. Not bad for a little brewski that I put together just for fun, so... This league was just quality. I know, I know. This was pretty sick. This was pretty sick. Imagine this in paper. I think it would have been a lot easier in paper, right? Because you're like, well, I'm gonna make just trigger Valakut twice, trigger zombie twice. I'm just gonna like throw a move. I guess no. I guess it would actually be a mess. I guess it would be an actual insane mess. You would need to use dice for your zombie tokens and stuff. Yeah, it would not be pretty. It would not be pretty. Do I have to buy other vials? I recommend doing so. I mean, if you're into this. Is this where Green White Value Town was trying to be? This is like if Green White Value Town were a deck. Like this is the deck that Green White Value Town would go to school, and this deck would like bully him and steal their lunch money every single day. That's basically what this is. Just use Pokemon Fire Energy cards for Valakut trigger. That's actually not a bad move. I like that. Alright, yep. This league was pretty sick. I'm into this list. This is probably what I would play this weekend. Particularly if you're playing a competitive event, I would expect the Prowess deck to be all over the place. So I would like to have one Arasta in the main and a second one in the sideboard. Wanted to play this deck, but now I won't. I will not play a bully deck. Alright, I'm sorry, Petar. Gargaroth was kind of cool a couple of times, right? I'm not crazy. Like, actually, Gargaroth was pretty sick a couple of times. To be fair, a friend of mine plays Bant to good results in the local meta, but he has a deck that is 8 spell quellers in every opener. Alright, so your opponent, that friend of yours is a friend of Steven Speck and taught him how to pump 7 to always have spell quellers. Because yeah, Bant Company is not good. Bant Company is not a good deck. This deck is, though. How has Nisa been? I am not playing Nisa. I assume you mean Nylea. And if you mean Nylea, then yes, it's very, very good. Reap Bant Company, never forget, exactly. I did play Bant Company a fair amount, actually. I used to really enjoy that deck because it was a Knight of the Reliquary deck, but it was never very good. But it was always a lot of fun. Right now it's just unplayable, obviously. But yeah, no, this has been really good against the John Does, against the control decks more than anything. If you just get to like Vialing and Nylea and you start using your mana to just like draw cards every single turn, I mean, it's just a matter of like the fact that it puts the card in the yard is just so huge, right? Because that means that you can activate multiple times, so you're never rebuilding the same, unless you want to, unless it's a good card that you want to draw. And also when your deck is 27 creatures, usually what you're rebuilding is lands or creatures. The classic 27-27-6, you know. How was I boarding against the Prowess decks? I was bringing in Eidolons, I was bringing in Paths and Purges and Arasta. Knight of Autumn is kind of a question mark. I think that I should be bringing it in at least one copy to tutor for in case my opponent has Blood Moon. But yeah, and I was cutting one Primetime, one Golos, I was cutting the Nylea, the Trackers, the Excavator, and what else was I cutting? We have so many cards for Prowess, and I still cannot beat it. I was cutting Ghost Squatter, and I think I was cutting the Steves. No, I was cutting the calls. Just don't have time to be calling Illidanbury. It's also possible that I should just do this instead. Seems more likely, honestly. Also, I don't even know how good Knight actually is. Maybe we could cut Knight for the second call. So we cut all of these cards and all of these come in. The power level of our deck goes down considerably when we do this. That's the only issue, but we have actually ways to interrupt whatever our opponent's doing, which is pretty busted. Anyway. Mace Mind Tome. Ewit is green snappy with Path. Yeah, but it's 3 mana, right? 3 is a lot less. And also, it doesn't really do much unless you already drew your Path to Exile. I feel like this deck could totally splash red for one of Clothes. Go ahead, do it. I'm not going to. I am not going to, but I mean, feel free to do it. The fact that I don't like to mess with the mana does not mean that you can't. Try it out. See what's up. Also, I don't think that Clothes does enough to fix the Prowess matchup, like not even remotely close. You already cast Clothes? Yeah, you can just file your Clothes in, easy. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. That last league was pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of fun. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.